Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Kind of big news, I guess maybe not a surprise to people, but Flash has finally gotten #1 on the ladder. He is the #1 ranked player in the world right now, so we're going to take a look at some of the games that ended up getting him there. You know, he's been within basically the top 15 almost nonstop since he came back, but this is the first time I've seen him in first place. Right now, as of this moment, he's in first, Speed is in second, and Shiny is in third. So Speed and Shiny are specifically ladder beasts. They play more ladder games than probably anyone. But yeah, Flash doing obviously absolutely fantastic. You know, I was actually just thinking about this today where like, I kind of want him to come back and see how he's going, like come back fully, right? Stream, maybe play in SSL. Let's see how he does against the other top guys in the preparation format. He's #1 on the ladder. Obviously, he can beat everybody still. I'd like to see it. Anyways, taking a look here, we're on Pantheon. Here's Flash in the top right and his Protoss opponent in the bottom right. This is Sky. Not a huge fan favorite, but very highly ranked. So we'll see how this is going to end up looking. I do think Pantheon is a pretty good map for Terran. Of course, any map that Flash is playing looks that way regardless. We'll see where he wants to bring this TVP. Down on Sky's side, no scouting as of yet. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a slow opener, it looks like, on both sides. Like a factory expansion against maybe like a Dragoon expansion with a light scout after Cybernetics Core. So while we wait for that, guys, thank you very much for checking out our ArtosisCasts. I hope that you guys are enjoying trying to put out a good variety of content. Please make sure to like, to subscribe, to leave a comment, all those wonderful things. It is very appreciated, the time that you spend there, and yeah, thank you very much. All right, so there is the scout. Throws down his second pylon at the choke and going to scout horizontally. Flash also scouting horizontally. We'll see if he ends up doing an end scout here. I imagine that he will, but I can't know for certain quite yet. Factory going to be going up very, very quickly. Really excellent mining there from Flash. And let's see if it's going to be that end scout or if he's going to box scout it instead. It does look like it's going to be an end scout, the way he's coming out to the side there. So yeah, just that zigzag known as the end scout because it's an N shape. You know, depending on where you start and what direction you go on, it might look like a Z, an N, a sharp looking 2. I don't know. I guess it's got a lot of different looking shapes, but this is something when you're doing factory expansion that's very popular so that you can sometimes rush a Nexus that's too fast. This is a fast Nexus, and you could try to put pressure on, but honestly, I don't think it's that good to put pressure on the no range expansion. But there's definitely things you can do to greed, I guess would be the right word, against these no gas expansions. Now, taking a look, he actually throws down the third depot, so he is going to go ahead for the punish, which is funny because I literally just said you could do this, but I don't think it's that great. For a while, this type of punish, where you just rally Marine, SCV Vulture, it was pretty popular for a while and had a really good win rate against these rangeless expansions. And then I felt like the win rate went really far down, at least in my games, and I stopped seeing many pros do it still. But when Flash does something like this, he definitely thinks that it's worthwhile. So in comes Flash. He's making that bunker. A bunch of probes come out to fight. We'll see if they get a good drill through. And in fact, they are getting a good drill. And you can see, right? Like, he's actually doing a very good job. Flash gets off of the probes better, actually, than I thought he would. And that's a good, solid surround right there. Look at that. The bunker's still not going up as of yet, but he does do a full surround on that one Dragoon. And I think he'll... Yeah, look at that. He stops all the Marines. So... Well... I guess we can say, like, the probe count is kind of low. So that's something. And he's definitely doing a good job at preventing those Marines from getting in. But I think Flash has to stop this now. I don't think that there's anything left. And suddenly, I'm looking at this game, and Sky is only down 3-4 workers with a Nexus already done. So he's easily going to recover that worker count. Flash is rallying down. A lot of the time from a position like this, you'll end up seeing a tank marine follow-up. If that didn't work out well, like a lot of times, it's like you just have to keep making units and try to attack again. But it gets very, very hard to make anything happen. Now, he's got 3 goons, but one is very low, and Flash will probably target that one pretty quickly. Yeah, he turns and targets it, and actually will end up killing this one. He already killed the other one, losing the siege tank, though. Mines are about to finish, so there is some potential to lay a few mines down and get some extra damage. Oh, not a big fan of that choice in targeting the Dragoon with that very hurt Vulture. Another Vulture coming down, going to go ahead and try to lay some of these mines. That is some great probe blocking. Oh, it just barely gets in. This could turn into a big problem. Oh my god. No. Oh, this is the bravest Protoss I might have ever seen. Unbelievably brave right there with those probes. But Flash is keeping a lot of pressure on with these Vultures. Okay, well, that mine does end up blowing up a probe, and he's taken a lot of damage. Look at this, 1 health and 56 health. In the meantime, Flash expanding, throwing down his secondary factory. Has another Vulture coming in. I think he definitely wants to get the kill on that one. Yeah, you don't want to let those shields go up. Get it while you can still kill it with 1 Vulture kill. So takes that out. Gonna lay a few more mines here to kind of keep Sky contained. Robo has finished, though. Second gate coming up. I imagine he's going to go Observer. It'd be pretty surprising if he went directly into Reaver from here. Flash, in the meantime, getting up to siege mode and, in fact, rallying his siege tank down. By the way, Flash is actually up in workers still at this point by 4. So definitely some of that additional Vulture harassment that he was rallying down ended up doing a good job. But bringing this siege tank down, if he has siege mode finished before this Observer gets out, which it looks like will be the case, there's some real potential for damage. Now, oh, Sky actually triggers one of the mines and does end up getting it. The tank coming down and trying to abuse the Dragoons trying to do anything like this. By the way, shield battery coming up. I think that's an excellent choice of shield battery there. Ooh, that mine actually gets a very good hit, but he picks off the siege tank, so I would say worth. Like, that's a lot of damage to those 3 goons, but killing one of the only siege tanks your opponent has is always a strong move. Okay, so right now, 3-gate Observer against 2 factory. Siege mode is done. Speed is on the way. I do love the speed follow-up immediately, even off of 2 factories. Feels very, very good here. Vulture trying to kind of kite against this Zealot. It looks like he's just leading the way with the Zealot to eat up mines. But yeah, 3 hurt Dragoons can't really approach this siege tank. He's got to assume there's some more mines up there. 3rd Nexus going up, but it's a very close Nexus. This seems like a mistake to me. I feel like expanding, if we can zoom out a little bit, right? He's expanding very much towards Flash. It's not hard for Flash to take over this area, and if he can take over this area, it's a pretty easy push up into this area to kill this base, right? Putting tanks here and whatnot. Doesn't seem like a very defendable base. I think he should have taken this mineral base down here. He definitely doesn't need more gas. He doesn't even have this gas taken, so, like, why not take the mineral base that's really far away? Definitely finding this questionable by Sky. All right, so the 2 factories pumping out just a combination of Vulture and tank. Armory on the way right now. Everything kind of set way back in time here. Reaver and Speed on the way after this 3-gate Observer. I guess you can't really blame him, although I do feel like this could open up Flash hitting a 5 or 6 factory timing push. He's become extremely, extremely good at those pushes, and he kind of has his own style of doing them. And Reaver hasn't really been slowing him down. Really, a lot of it just comes down to, do you get Zealot legs, right? Are you able to macro out of that? And the thing is, if you're pushing down this area, even if they have Zealot legs, like, this is so thin. Look at this, right? It's so thin in here that the Zealots are just not going to be that scary. I think positionally, Flash, it seems like he's in a pretty good spot. He is up 7 workers as well. He's stopped at 45, and that is a very much, that kind of screams, I'm attacking you. Mines going up in all the other locations. And I'm not sure, again, if he's seen that Nexus, but seeing that there's no Nexuses over here, he probably is assuming that that's taken now. Now the floating eBay going to be picked off. It looks like a lot of Dragoons running up to help deal with that. There is a shuttle here with the Reaver and some Zealots. The 6th factory coming up. He really has like the 6th factory as opposed to 5, even when it's very late compared to the other ones, right? If you look at how far along these are and how far along that is, it's going to be like a vulture and a half behind the production of these. So, I mean, it'll add units, but you got to take that into consideration, right? It's like, how many units is this going to actually add? By the time he moves out, is it going to be 2 vultures? 3, maybe? It could be. The thing is, we don't know for sure. It's just like, as you add this on, you're kind of increasingly more all in. Because by the time he makes those 2 or 3 vultures, he could have built a command center, right? So it's a huge, huge commitment. So some mines probably going to be laid in here. It brings the siege tanks into that main base. That speed upgrade is done for the Reaver. I think more shuttles will be coming out after this. Yeah. Has a second Reaver out that he's coming back to get with that speed shuttle. Has a secondary shuttle coming out probably to pick up some Zealots. That +1 attack still on the way here for Flash. It's kind of funny, right? Like, we opened up with so much action, and now they've just kind of been going back and forth a little bit on these builds. Now, the Reavers unload right in front of the base, as is normally the case. This is going to force Flash to probably leapfrog up quite a bit. Sometimes you can lead with a unit to get the first Scarabs all, and then try to push forward really, really strongly. Normally, when you do that, you have multiple Goliaths with range, though, which I don't see to be the case. Also, I have to say, I like some things that we see here from Sky. He's getting Zealot legs, and he's getting a couple of Dark Templars. The Dark Templars could end up making a big difference. Now, here we go. He's going to come up and try an engagement. Loses a Reaver almost instantly. Loses the 2 Zealots as well, and doesn't actually kill that much. What did he kill? Like 1 tank, 2 tanks maximum? Not the best little engage there. He does need to slow him down, though, so I do appreciate the fact that he's trying to slow him down right now. Takes some more damage on that Reaver, unfortunately. These 4 goons from the side taking some damage. Doesn't have those legs, but up come the Zealots. No, not a good time. And this is the problem, right? You're playing against a strategy that you need to stall out, but you took the expansion that's closest to him. And it's in a little choke point, a little funnel. So, yeah, I just see this as like the worst possible choice. Like, look at this. Zealot legs just finished, and he's already lost a lot of units trying to slow this down. Imagine if he had expanded here. Right? You could slow this lightly, not really lose units, and back all way up and maybe done a counterattack, right? I really think that Sky has messed this game up. Because Flash right now, he's hit a couple scans. He's killed off those couple of Dark Templar. Not maybe a heavy enough commitment to Dark Templar. Maybe you needed 5 or 6 to try to eat through the scans. But of course, that can be a double-edged sword for sure. But he's basically killed everything off. And that's going to be GG. Kind of goes out with a whimper there. But again, this seems to be like, okay, so Flash, after he got the Vultures in and did a little bit more damage and actually had more workers, probably was slightly ahead. But not enough to cause a 13-minute, 26-second victory, I don't think. Honestly. This seems to me to be a throw. Like, this is not... There's just nothing smart about taking your Nexus so close to Terran. Nothing at all. Like, this would have been such a better base. Much harder to attack. More maneuverability for our Protoss. So, kind of messing up that game, unfortunately. I think it could have been a very close one because he did kind of optimize his build really well. Anyways, Flash, #1 on the ladder. Showing us how it's done. GG. Thanks for watching.